jump, among other medals. As you go into performing this critical national assignment, I want to urge members of this committee to express the intelligence and the spirit of fair play to ensure the best for Nigeria. Chairperson of Sport Minister John Owen Eno. The committee comprises Alhaji Abubakar as chairman and of course Amaka Shufu as member/secretary. Other members include Dr. Paul, Mr. Patrick Okeke, Mrs. Taisi Okpara, and of course Engineer Obiora. Other committee members include Mr. Tunde Popola, Mr. Suleiman Isa, and of course, talking about Brown Ndifon and Prince Ebuta Ayuk Barrister. Dalami Ibrahim is also a member, and we also have Abubakar Waziri. Members of the committee set up to ensure Nigeria's performance and the 2024 Paris Olympics. Speaking after the committee inauguration, the chairman, talking about the chairman Alhaji Abubakar, stated that the team will do its best to make Nigeria proud, as it will work meticulously to ensure smooth preparation and the execution of all planned. He said they will leave no stone unturned to deliver all teams of reference assigned to them by the nation's sport ruling body. Let's talk about sport and tell you that NFA have signed a communique, and it reads that 2026 FIFA World Cup Eagles in another draw. Day 2 of their 10-match series across the continent of Africa. The Super Eagles again held to a 1-all draw on day 2 of the FIFA World Cup qualifiers and African series after the team performance failed to live up to above expectation against the Warriors of Zimbabwe in a neutral venue in Rwanda ground on Sunday. Walter Musano put the Warriors in front after 26 minutes with 35-yard free kick that engulfed and found its way into the back of the Nigerian goalkeeper. The Eagles did not play with their strong mentality and determination. They exposed and played a 1-all draw in New York Thursday as the Warriors, who played their own game against Rwanda in their opening ground and were hoping for a point. With this draw situation, now South Africa now tops the group, and Nigeria is behind South Africa with just 2 points to show. Moses Simon slot in the decision of the boss, allowing Kelechi Iheanacho to slam past the goalkeeper to give Nigeria a 67-minute equalizer in the game that was decided in Butare. The 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers resumed in June 2024, with Nigeria hosting South Africa. Bafana Bafana are currently leading the Group C's before traveling to our away game against Benin Republic. On TalkSport, we bring to you all the stories across the continent of Africa, and we'll be telling you the stars that have come to honor the games in the home soil of Africa. This is TalkSport. Let's take a break. When we come back, there will be more on the program TalkSport right here on Global TV Abuja. Glad to have you back on the program TalkSport right on Global TV, coming away from Nigeria's capital city. We are taking a look at matches that have been decided on the race for 2026 FIFA World Cup. But before we come back to some of the outing results in the continent of Africa, let's tell you that the Red Devils have already booked their place in Europe 2024 and overtook Australia to finish top of Group F with victory. They remain unbeaten since base Domusko Tasika joined the club side in February. Sweden, whose qualification hopes were already over, beat Estonia by 2-0 in the Stockholm in their group other fixtures. There were plenty of matches in the European qualifier, and we've got all of them right here. Let's come back home here and talk about Colombia 2024 FIFA Under-20 Women national team, because the Nigerian Super Falcons were in action right here in Nigeria's capital city yesterday. And there, of course, it was a good outing for the girls. Super Falcons showed greater potential, brushed aside Tanzania to reach the final round of the qualification for Colombia 2024 FIFA World Cup. Goals by Janet Okoromowa and, of course, Comfort Rulufashe assisted against Tanzania at the MKO Abiola Stadium, Abuja on Sunday, gave Nigerian girls a 2-1 win and progressed to the final round of qualification for the 2024 FIFA Under-20 Women World Cup Finals. It was a good day. After a glimmering afternoon for Nigerian ball fans following the Super Eagles' disappointment 1-1 draw with the Warriors of Zimbabwe in faraway Rwanda, the race for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, the Falconets gave Nigerian fans a reason to smile as they put on smiles on the faces of Nigeria as they defeated Tanzania, their counterpart, on aggregate 3-2 to reach the final round of the qualification, where they will take on Burundi girls on the 20 side. The 2022 World Cup quarterfinalists, who have never been absent from the global finals, swamped on their visitors from the first blast of the whistle, but poor matchmaking on the part of the former under-17 team striker talking about Opeyemi Ajakaya robbed them for an early goal. The girls made no mistake in front of hundreds of fans at the Abuja National Stadium and took the game just between 16 minutes when she fired in an edge to beat the visitors. The Nigerian girls were in high spirit, and 5 minutes later the East African side ensured that they are a team to beat as they got in a goal through Shikuru Bakere, who dropped the ball from an inclusive locking area of 35 minutes, and the game went beyond the both sides. When both teams went to the break and came back, Nigeria would have been ahead in the 25 minutes, but defender Shakara Oladipo, well-struck free kick from 40 yards, was played away by goalkeeper Salfa Ali Maku, denying Nigeria the opportunity. And of course, the winning time came when the girls did their back. On the hard-marked defensive, Comfort Olusegun broke the spell by the 1-1 draw for Nigeria national team in recent week when she slapped higher to head home from Afolabi's cross after a couple of touches from the corner kick. The Falcons will now take on Burundi in the final round of qualification to determine one of the African at next year's Global Championship to be hosted by Colombia. Team Nigeria gears up towards the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris. The Honorable Sport Minister, Senator John Owen Eno, and we have to overcome the Lioness of Cameroon to see if they can make it to the next stage of the 2024 Women Olympic Championship, which will be decided in Colombia. Now, let's come back home here and take a look at development in all the matches that were decided in the 2026 World Cup qualifiers, and telling you how the entire standing of all the countries across the continent of Africa, Europe, and America. Telling you how it is, because Africa has started the race, but it's not a good outing for Nigerian Super Eagles. The Eagles failed to grab 6 points in 2 games, leaving the fans in a high disappointment mood and hoping that their usual mathematics calculation is on board. Should South Africa lose, should Zimbabwe lose, the Nigeria Super Eagles will bounce back. The team has not suffered any defeat, but they are in high spirit to ensure that they qualify for next year's games that will go to the 2026 Olympics as well as the World Cup. And now let's tell you that Africa CAF has a total of 9 qualifier scheduled matches that will be decided. Let's take a look at the table and get to know the teams that have made it. A record of 9 teams will qualify for the 2026 World Cup, and 10 is a possibility as the 54 nations of CAF began their battle. A place in the North American-based tournament will technically already down to 53 as Eritrea has withdrawn from qualification, but will all lay out their schedule standing on modern pose. 48 teams have been drawn across the continent of Africa. There are stars around the world already in Africa to honor some of their matches. United goalkeeper Andre Onana from the Republic of Cameroon was in action for his team. West Ham Mohamed Kudus and Tottenham Ayaz Busuma are the other players from Ivory Coast. The competition will be forced with only one guaranteed spot available to Mali, Ghana, while Nigeria and South Africa in Group C, and Senegal and Democratic Republic of Congo in Group D. Here are the standing currently for the teams that are making history for next year's FIFA World Cup qualifiers that will end in 2026. Burkina Faso Bantry Tro, who plays for Aston Villa, is also in the country, while Dango Otura of Bournemouth in the country. I told you earlier that Andre Onana is also in the country to honor his darling team with a list of professionals. Damrik from the Republic of Congo is also in Africa and was in action. Talking about action, let's tell you that Mohamed Saleh of Egypt, who plays for Liverpool, is currently the top highest scorer of the ongoing qualifiers for 2026 FIFA World Cup, having found the back of the net 4 times for his dear country. Equatorial Guinea Bissau Rono is also in the game, and then Gabon Maria, who plays for Lamno Wolf. Ghana, we have Lamti Brighton, Mohamed Kudus for West Ham, and of course Jordan Ayew plays for Crystal Palace. Africans that have honored the game. Ivory Coast has one great player who plays for Forest. I'm talking about Willie Belly, who plays for Forest, and of course Ibrahim Sangara. Top African players in duty for the continent of Africa. The standing is so clear, and of course Nigeria is also in the standing, but this morning it is not a good standing for millions of Nigerians because the Super Eagle is behind the Bafana of South Africa. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll be looking at all the group from Group A, B, C, D, E, F, and the race for 2026 FIFA World Cup right here on Global TV. Please don't go away. Glad to have you back. We are still looking at the qualifiers for the race of 2026 FIFA World Cup, and let's bring to you matches and the result across the continent of Africa. Of course, 54 teams, 9 group teams that will qualify, and the first will be the qualifying in that group that will qualify for next year's stage that will end in 2026. On there, of course, let's tell you that Equatorial Guinea defeated Namibia by 1-0. We told you earlier that Rwanda in the same group with Nigeria played an all-draw, goalless draw, beg your pardon, in their first game against Zimbabwe. Democratic Republic of Congo defeated Mauritius by 2-0, while Ethiopia and Sierra Leone settled for a goalless draw. Burundi in their second game defeated Gambia by 3-2, while Botswana and Mozambique game ended in favor of Mozambique, having their first away win in the game over host Botswana. We told you earlier that Nigeria played a 1-all draw against Lesotho, and Sudan and Togo also played 1-all draw. Gabon recorded their first win over Kenya in a 2-1 victory, while Algeria counted 3 points as they defeated Somalia by 3-1. The Egypt national team, the Pharaohs of Egypt, defeated Djibouti by 6-0, and one man scoring 4 goals, talking about Saleh, making it the top scorer in the ongoing competition. The game between Cape Verde and Angola ended in a barren draw, and matches resume across the continent with plenty of action, while Libya recorded its first away win over Eswatini, while Comoros with 4 goals better than Central African Republic, who scored 2. Guinea at home with 2 goals, 1 for Uganda, while Liberia suffered another defeat as Malawi defeated them at home 1-0. The Chipolopolo of Zambia got their first win with 3 points as they defeated Republic of Congo 4-2. Ghana is smiling because they made no mistake. They defeated Madagascar by 1-0 in front of home fans. Fans of Mali Eagle also got a reason to celebrate as they defeated Chad by 3-1, while Burkina Faso and Guinea-Bissau settled for a 1-all draw. Tunisia made another big win as they defeated Sao Tome and Principe 4-0, while Ivory Coast made the greatest win in the ongoing African race. They defeated Seychelles by 9-0, while Cameroon beat Mauritius 3-0. And on Sunday, there were plenty of other matches. Take down note that South Africa defeated Benin Republic. With that win for Bafana Bafana of South Africa, they are now topping Nigerian group, leaving the Super Eagles for just 2 points, having played 2 matches and failed to win. Other results across the continent for the race for 2026 FIFA World Cup has it that Tanzania defeated Niger in far away by 1-0, while current African champions, the Taranga Lions of Senegal, defeated South Sudan 4-0. Zimbabwe played a 1-all draw against our darling Super Eagles, while Burundi failed at home as Gabon trashed them by 2-0. Mozambique were in action, but it was Algeria who ran away with 3 points after a 2-goal win, and while Sudan defeated Democratic Republic of Congo 1-0. Sierra Leone suffered second defeat as Egypt made no mistake over them. Let's look at the table standing and tell you that Egypt currently top Group 1 with a total of 6 points from 2 matches, while Burkina Faso is second in that group. Guinea occupied the 3rd place. Ethiopia and Sierra Leone are in the bottom, as well as Djibouti. And of course, the table shows that Group 1 has Sudan, Senegal, Congo, and of course Togo and Mauritania, all in that group. South Africa is topping our own group. And looking at Group C has South Africa, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Lesotho, and Rwanda, as well as Benin Republic. But South Africa are currently topping the group with 3 points ahead of Nigeria with just 2 points to show. Group D has Cameroon. Cameroon topped the group, closely followed by Libya, Angola, Cape Verde, as well as Mauritius in that group. A stock spot right here on Global TV. Let's take a break. When we come back, we will tell you that there is more in the Nigeria Professional Football League, where matches that were decided over the weekend, we've got all the results. Please don't go away. Glad to have you back. There were plenty of actions in the Nigeria Professional Football League over the weekend. A total of 10 matches with some few players were on national assignment with the Super Eagles, but that didn't stop the ongoing Nigeria Professional Football League. We've got all the results here for you. Heartlands of Owerri were at home, and of course they defeated their opponent Rivers United by 1-0, while Roma Stars and Enugu Rangers game ended in favor of Roma Stars. They defeated them by 2-1. Gombe United defeated Enyimba Football Club Aba 2-0 in a match that was described by many as a do or die, while Benin Republic also made no mistake at home. Talking about Bendel Insurance at home, they defeated their opponents 2-0 to brighten their chances in the ongoing. Dome United also defeated Bayelsa. Bayelsa United is still struggling in the ongoing Nigeria Professional Football League. That game ended 1 in favor. Talking about games that went home with 3 points in just 1 goal include Kano Pillars. Kano Pillars were also in action as they beat Katsina United by 1-0, while Shooting Stars defeated Gombe United 2-0. Abia Warriors were also in action. They got a point against the team from Niger Tornadoes, who failed to find the back of the net. Of course, Talk Sport right here, we've got all the results of matches that were decided on for you. Let's come back home here and tell you that preparation has commenced in earnest for Ogun 2024 Nigeria National Sport Festival, and the committee has since been inaugurated, tasked with the responsibilities of ensuring a befitting outing. Sport Minister said the games which will come up in Ogun State will help the country participate in the All-Africa Game Ghana. The West African country Ghana is to stage the All-Africa Game, which has been postponed twice to enable the Ghanaian host the entire Africa Championship. Best athletes that will be discovered from the game will also qualify for the Paris event, because the game in Ghana will also serve as qualifiers for the Olympic Games in faraway Paris. And coming back home here, and let's tell you that domestic football is getting all its best, as our man Pius Idoko report that a total of 9 teams in the Nigerian capital city are bubbling for action. The gymnastics of Team FCT has continued its preparation because the team is going to represent Nigeria in Poland, when the Gymnastic Federation in Poland will open its door for 3 African countries to participate in next year's Gymnastic Federation Championship that will take place in Poland. And golf, let's come back and tell you that the IBB Golf and Country Club Abuja is getting set to prepare its players and golfers that will come across the continent of Africa for this year's edition of the Super Golf Championship, which will be decided right at the IBB and Country Golf Club, Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. It is expected that golfers across Nigeria from the Ikoyi Golf, the Boko Golf, as well as Port Harcourt Golf, not forgetting other part of the countries, will be sending their best golfers to represent the country when Nigeria will play host to the continent of Africa. And that's how far we can go on today's edition of the program, Talk Sport. But before we go, a look at stories that are making headlines. One, we told you that the Super Eagles of Nigeria have failed to grab the win in 2 matches in the ongoing race for 2026 FIFA World Cup, which will be hosted by the United States of America, Mexico, and Canada. Bafana of South Africa now top the group that has Nigeria, Zimbabwe, and Burundi, while Egypt has made no mistake with 6 points from 2 matches, with Saleh having the highest goal scorer in the entire tournament with 4 goals. That's how far we can go on today's edition of the program, Talk Sport, right here on Global TV, Nigeria's capital city, Monday edition of the program. If you did enjoy the program, why not join us same time, same station for another fresh edition of the program, Talk Sport. Until then, have a wonderful sporting day ahead of you. And I am Clinton saying, enjoy the rest of the day.